Hey, welcome back. Can you guess what we're going to be working on in this lesson based on all these fun little introduction clips? We're in downtown Zurich, Switzerland today to work on one of my all-time favorite compositional tips, and that is leading lines. Leading lines are so massively awesome because they can really draw your viewer into the photograph and kind of jumpstart their visual journey through the image. Not only that, but leading lines can help you add a feeling of depth and a dynamic quality to your shots that will really level up your composition. By carefully positioning leading lines in the frame, you can draw attention to areas of the photo that matter, like a beautiful mountain or a piece of architecture out in the distance, or even to a person if you're doing a street photography shot or some kind of portrait photo. In other words, you can use leading lines in any type of photography to get the viewer to look where you want them to look, because basically they're like tractor beams for the eyeballs and they just pull you right in. Plus, leading lines are the secret sauce when it comes to creating a sense of three-dimensionality or depth in your photograph. By emphasizing the start of the line and letting it fall into the shot or even taper away into the background, you create an incredible three-dimensional look that's awesome in landscape photography, street scenes, portraits, and all kinds of shots. By the way, be sure to stick around because you don't want to miss my special bonus tip on doing portrait shots with extreme leading lines. That one's a lot of fun. Okay, enough blah, blah, blah. Let's dive into it. All right, what I love about leading lines is you can do them anywhere. And case in point, we're at our favorite bridge in downtown Zurich. We've got the Fraumünster in the background, famous church. I'm sure you recognize this church from some of our other lessons. This is actually one of our favorite spots to take pictures. And it's perfect because we've got this strong leading line that just goes right into the shot here. The railing leads the eye around this nice curve and right back into the church. And the way that it connects so directly with the subject is fantastic. That's what I love about this spot, is there's no mistaking what the main subject of the picture is. It's the church. But this railing just creates that three-dimensional depth and really guides the viewer right to the subject that we want to show off. So we'll do a couple quick shots here before we do some more exploring. So one thing I've noticed in my own pictures is that these leading line shots tend to look stronger if I can actually position the leading line so that it comes right out of the corner of my frame. It just seems like when those lines are lined up perfectly with the corner, they just guide the viewer in a little bit more directly, and somehow the composition just looks stronger. So something to play around with. Maybe just move your camera to the left, to the right, play around with lining up and being real exact about how you place that leading line in your shot. Let's head to the other side of the bridge and see if we can make this shot a little bit more creative. Tricky, but we've got a perfect set of leading lines on the bridge coming in from the sides. It's going to be a really cool picture. But the problem is there's just tons of traffic, people walking by, baby buggies, bicycles, cars, everything. And the picture doesn't look very special with all that going on. So my idea for this next shot, to sort of up the game, is to set up the tripod and use a neutral density filter so that we can slow the shutter down really, really slow and let all this movement just blur so much that it just washes right away. So I'm gonna pull out the tripod here and get ourselves set up. Hey, by the way, if you need some help with basic exposure questions, if you've got questions about aperture and shutter speed and ISO and how to use the exposure triangle, head over to our website, viewfindermastery.com. We've got a wonderfully designed exposure cheat sheet that explains all the details of the exposure triangle, aperture, shutter speed, and ISO, and how you can use those settings to make your shots more creative. So head over to viewfindermastery.com and download that one today. It's totally free. We'll put the link on screen here. Okay, you guys, I mentioned at the beginning of the lesson that we were going to try to incorporate some leading lines into a portrait photo too, and I have just met the perfect subject for our shot here. This is Megan. Megan is visiting and she's cruising around downtown here, and I just happened to ask her if she would step in for a couple quick shots. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna head over and explore the bridge and look for a railing that we could use to kind of lead into the shot. So thanks very much, Megan.
Yeah, no problem.
Here we go.
Alrighty.
All right, you guys, so we have got our model, we've got our location, we've got a leading line. Just behind Megan here, you can see there's this nice railing. This is gonna make a perfect little leading line. And I've actually changed my lens. I'm no longer using the wide angle lens. I've just put my 55mm lens on because it's a little bit better for portraits. I can open up the aperture nice and wide and channel attention right to our lovely subject. So now we got to find a spot for you over here on the bridge and strike a couple poses.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Looking good, Megan. Okay, just gonna play with the line here. It's a little bit of a struggle with the line. I gotta somehow figure out how to lead this in from the corner of my shot, and it's kind of forcing me to do a little bit of a Dutch tilt, but that's kind of fun too. Let's do that one more time. If you can just look a little bit back this way. Excellent. With that wide open aperture, the leading line itself is not sharp as it sort of tapers in toward my subject. So I've put my wide angle lens back on the camera, and I'm gonna try working with the wide angle lens, get it in real close here, and see if I can play with that line. I might switch it up to and shoot some of these shots with a wide open aperture and some of them with something like f11. So we'll see how we get on. Yeah, these are great.
Yeah.
I like that. I like how you kind of balanced out with the church in the background.
Yeah, the leather has some shine too.
The leather's looking great, and just got a nice contrast, and your outfit just pops off that background.
Great.
Hey, thank you so much.
No problem.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was just a part of one of our fun monthly photo assignments that we send out to our awesome members over at viewfindermastery.com. If you want to learn photography in a clear and structured way from professional photography educators, then come and check us out at viewfindermastery.com. We've got courses in all kinds of photography topics, from portraiture and sports photography to landscape and Lightroom, you name it. Of course, you don't have to take my word for it. We've got great customer ratings. Just check out our Google and Facebook ratings and hear what others are saying first. And then I would love to see you join us at viewfindermastery.com. So join us to be challenged and come and upload your work and get some feedback and learn from all of our professional, high quality online courses. Okay, if this video has helped you out, then you need to help us out too. Give us a like, comment down below, and tell us what you think. We would really love to hear from you. Please share it with your photography friends and be sure to subscribe so that you can get notified when we release new videos. Thanks a lot for watching, and we will see you over at viewfindermastery.com.